Another delay in a death row inmate's clemency hearing. The deeds for former Indian boarding schools are going back to their tribes. And a check on Oklahoma's teacher workforce. This is the KGOU PM News Brief for Monday, December 9th. I'm Deborah Ashar. The clemency hearing for confessed murderer Kevin Ray Underwood was canceled this morning. Sierra Pfeiffer reports.
This is the second time Underwood's clemency hearing has been canceled. Shortly before his case was scheduled to be heard by the Pardon and Parole Board, it lost 2 of its 5 voting members. One stepped down in November, and the second was asked to leave amid a criminal investigation. Underwood says he's entitled to a fair and impartial hearing before a full board of 5 members. The 10th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals has issued a stay blocking the Oklahoma Pardon and Parole Board from going forward with its already rescheduled meeting. Underwood is set to be executed by lethal injection December 19th for the murder of a 10-year-old girl. But the execution cannot go forward unless he has a clemency hearing first. In Oklahoma City, I'm Sierra Pfeiffer.
The Cherokee Nation is celebrating the repatriation of 5 former Indian day schools. Katie Hallam has more on this historic moment.
After 40 years of negotiations with the Bureau of Indian Affairs, the deeds to the land where these schools formerly sat belong to the Cherokee Nation again. The 5 properties include 84 acres of land and are part of the tribe's recently announced Cherokee Nation Repatriation Project. Cherokee Nation Chief Chuck Hoskin Jr. says the tribe plans to turn the sites into places that benefit rural tribal citizens.
I think some of these are so rural that there wouldn't be an opportunity to put other types of investment in there, such as healthcare. But there is an opportunity, I think, to do something important for community organizing, and that is a community building.
Day schools featured prominently during the boarding school era, where Native children were taken from their families and forced into government or religiously run institutions. These children face domestic and sexual abuse. In Oklahoma City, I'm Katie Hallam.
The city of Perkins in north-central Oklahoma has detected elevated lead levels in several houses on its public water supply. We get details from Grayson Wheeler.
The lead was detected in several Perkins homes through routine testing earlier this year. City Manager Bob Ernst says the lead does not come from the city's wells or its water treatment plant, where it's frequently tested for. Instead, it comes from pipes inside individual houses or from the service line that connects home plumbing to the city's distribution pipes. Lead plumbing was banned in 1986 and is most common in buildings built before 1945. Across the country, public water supplies are working to identify and replace old lead service lines as part of the EPA's Get the Lead Out initiative. Ernst is now working directly with the EPA to develop a plan for Perkins. In the meantime, the city encourages concerned residents to run their water for 15 to 30 seconds before using it and to opt for cold water because lead dissolves more easily in hot water and water that's been sitting. I'm Grayson Wheeler.
Perkins residents can contact City Hall for more information about getting the water in their homes tested. A new report suggests a potential turning point in the momentum to recover Oklahoma's teacher workforce. State Impact's Beth Wallace reports the numbers are modest but hopeful as the state continues to set records in emergency teaching certifications.
After years of decline, public colleges and universities in Oklahoma increased the number of awarded bachelor's degrees in teacher prep programs in the 2023 to 24 academic year. Those degrees rose by 6.1% from the previous year, according to a report from the state system of higher education. But the increase is far from what's needed to address Oklahoma's workforce woes. Over the last decade, teacher prep bachelor's degrees fell by 27%. In January, the state set another record for emergency certifications issued at more than 4,600. In recent years, officials have sought to combat the teacher shortage with efforts like college tuition scholarships, pay raises, signing bonuses, and increased classroom funding. For State Impact, I'm Beth Wallace.
You can find more Oklahoma news on our website, kgou.org, and on the KGOU AM NewsBrief podcast. I'm Deborah Shar.
We could all use a little help navigating the news these days. The Consider This podcast wants to give you a hand. 6 days a week, we'll help you make sense of the day's biggest news story and what it means for you in less than 15 minutes. Listen now to the Consider This podcast from NPR.